What's going on YouTube? It's Q back here again with another video for you. In today's video, we're going to be road tripping the Prius XSE PHEV. So I'm going to be driving this across the country. Not the way you think. I'm going to be doing north to south instead of east to west. But going from Michigan to Alabama. Actually, I'm in Alabama right now. So it's going to cross the top of the country to the bottom of the country, and a straight line going down for the most part. Hey, don't be an a-hole about it. So I'm going to talk about what it was like driving this car, and I'm still going to do more on the road driving this car. But let's take a walk around the car, see what we got here. In case you have not seen it, this is my 2026 Prius, and it is the Nightshade Edition Karachi Yellow. And I drove it from Michigan to Alabama, like I just said, my two daughters, all of our luggage. And I just want to talk about what it's like road tripping it. And spoiler alert, it does not suck. It's actually pretty great. And you can see all of this residue from the fireworks we were popping down here. And we got it all over the LS as well. So both cars need to be washed. Haven't washed my car since I got down here. Y'all know I don't be washing my cars. I wash when I get back home, which I will be leaving in the morning. But taking a look at it, don't look like we got, well, actually somebody pointed out my imperfections, some rock chips. So if you're looking at one of these, paint's a little bit thin, so you probably want to get some PPF. That's your thing. Me personally, I don't think it's worth the $2,000. I can do a lot of paint for $2,000, even though it does give you some. I don't keep cars long enough. It's not a good investment for me. If it was a car I plan on keeping long term, which I may not, that would be a good investment, but for me, nah. And before we get the vlogging, let's go talk to our friend Rocky. What's going on, Rocky? Rocky is the German Shepherd who doesn't care much about me. Actually didn't want to greet me this time. Kind of showed me his teeth. And you see he walked away from the camera. Don't know what I did to this dude. But for me, the Prius, I had it fully charged when I left home. And on the highway, I don't use EV mode unless I'm just local, where I know I can make it to charge. So in this trip, so I kept it in HV mode until I got on the freeway. Not even until I got on the freeway, but it was at 100% charge. When I got somewhere between Michigan and Ohio, the charge went from about from 100% to 86%, which I haven't seen that before. Normally it just retains the charge. Don't know what was going on, but it kept it at 85% until I made it all the way down to Alabama. Bummer summer. Don't have my keys on me right now. I'm not about to go in the house when I go and I'm staying there because it's very hot out here. But when I first started with that first tank of gas, we had 402 miles to empty. And that first tank lasted me, mind you, this trip from Michigan to Alabama is 750 miles. I drove all the way to Louisville, Kentucky, which was about 370-ish miles possibly. So I averaged 47.4 miles per gallon on that tank. And then that tank lasted me another 470 miles. So I had like 30 miles empty when I got there, and I had like 86% charge. And then when I got to Alabama, I still had like 30 miles of empty. So this car takes me halfway across the country on one tank of gas using HV mode only. So it's about 45 miles per gallon on that second tank. Maybe I was driving faster. Maybe it was the weather, because I did run into some torrential rain pours. It was terrible. Some storms where I wanted to get off the highway. Just had to throw my hazards on, go about 30 where the speed limit was 70, and just wait for it to ease up, or get off the highway, which I started to do, but I couldn't even see how to get off the highway. So I'm like, thankfully the person in front of me had their hazards on. So word to the wise, if you're in like heavy downpours where visibility is horrible, and on the highways down here they say put on your hazards during inclement weather. Up north they don't really do that, but it helps a great deal because I couldn't see nothing. I could see like 2 car lengths in front of me. So put your hazards on. But that's all I gotta say for now. Next time you're gonna see me, we're gonna be on the road, and I'll give you more of my thoughts. Still got 5.5 hours left. Drove down to 57 miles to empty, and then we got 42% left. Dude, a big dog right there. And then let's see what our miles per gallon is, doing like between 70 and 80. 44.4, but let me hand calculate that because you know it'll be a little bit different. I see you, dog. I'm waiting to get out. No, not really gonna wait to get out, but let me pump some gas. And this is the trip summary so far. Everything I just told you. Maybe it wasn't 5.5 hours. One thing with the Prius, I always forget the gas button. So I rarely get gas, so we gotta press that to open the fuel door. Opens up. don't have a capital filler on here. We do have this bracket where we can hang that. Gas here is $3.35 a gallon for regular. So my hand calculated value is 45.3 miles per gallon, which is not too far off. So this time the trip computer was good. The last time it was can't remember, it was the hand calculation was about 2 miles per gallon better. I don't know what happened with that. It was like 47. Well, that was the time before last. So the fill up was only $25. Well, $26.46 on 7.8 gallon. So well, that'll get me home. So I can drive 750 miles on $50 worth of gas. That's pretty good. And that's without using the electric portion. Well, let me show you how practical it is in the back of this Prius. I haven't showed you that because it was dark. One thing I had to do was take the cover off because this thing is kind of loaded to the gills. Not the most practical. And then it has the battery up under the floor, so it's not that deep. We got a full-size luggage here. Carry on, backpack, and another bag, and that just fills it up. So the only thing that's blocking my view is this, just by a little bit. Let's go check on my passengers. Everybody think it's slick how the door handle's hitting here. 2 passengers in here. We got snacks. We got enough cables for everybody. Got 4 cables. Well, we got enough USB-A's, or USB-C's, got to convert it in the front for USB-C. And then we got the armrest down the middle. Happy camper with a tablet, eating snacks. So it's comfortable back here. She's laying down. There was a kid sitting behind the kid laying down, and they were still comfortable. And she's like super comfortable behind me. I'm in my driving position. She's got all the space in the world. So yeah, and this is the other one where I would charge it, which I haven't charged since I left home. And that's where lunch is going to be. People say Taco Bell gives you the bubble guts. Not me, because I'm vegan, so I don't eat the meat. It's the beans. I want to relieve my bladder. Not quite fill up my stomach, but feed these children, make sure they get out and stretch as well. Oh yeah, one of the things I saw this morning, it was either a hitchhiker or another H word that ends with an R. Don't know what it was, but she had her thumb up on the side of the highway when I was leaving Birmingham getting on 65, so that was interesting. Sometimes I see those in Michigan, if they were the other H word, but I don't know. Hitchhikers, never see those in Michigan. Hookah smokers, see them more than I like to see them, but yeah, they out there. But 9 hours into this drive, so thoughts on it. Seat comfort is excellent, so the seats are very cushy. I keep having to change the lumbar though, so I release the air, or however the lumbar works, so sometimes I fill it up, then I end up releasing it because my lower back is tired. I need to get out and stretch, but only 2.5 hours from home. Road noise, I'll let you all hear it. This is essentially what it is. So we got the 19-inch wheels. We're on a quieter ride, drop down the wheel size and get more sidewall. 17s on the base trim. It should be quieter. But it's not bad in here at all. Like, I can hear my music just fine, hear my children just fine, I can hear the tablet in the back seat just fine. One of the pluses I want to talk about is, well, one of the negatives, since I'm thinking about it. Like, these A-pillars up front are kind of give me some blind spots. They're kind of narrow. And the pillar's pretty big, but seeing straight ahead is pretty good. But the great thing about it is the way this thing handles. So in the curves in Tennessee and the curves in Kentucky, my goodness, this Prius, that's where it came to life. And the MPGs, which still are below what the EPA rating is, which is like 50, 52 miles per gallon combined, maybe 48, but I think I've been seeing like 44 to 46. And it falls short of what the EPA is, but I think most hybrids do. But the way this car handles, the chassis on here, the steering feel, so I've been driving in custom mode the whole time, where I got everything in normal and I got the steering to maybe the powertrain, the Eco, but I got the steering wheel set to sport, so it gives me a little bit extra feeling in there, and that's a great thing. Another thing, the cruise control. I'm using the lane keep assist and forward collision warning, all that stuff, to where I don't have to have my hands on the steering wheel for an extended period of time. It's doing great. It hasn't gotten confused, it's slowing down as it should. It's not slamming on the brakes. I haven't had any complaints And I know when I had my Integra, like after a few hours of driving with this cruise control on, it would just tap out, or sometimes it'll go over the lines like, whoa, even with your hands on the steering wheel. So you got like turn it off, turn it back on, it'll be good. This cruise control system in Toyota, I haven't had a single issue with it, and I've been using it going down to Tennessee. I probably used it for about 5 hours straight, not a single problem. Once traffic comes around, it still slows down pretty good, which I'm coming up in the traffic right now, so I'm going to turn this camera off. But it is perfect. Zero complaints, which I'm shocked, but I haven't had any scares or anything, so that's phenomenal. This becomes the perfect road trip car. So it might be the best overall car that I have owned to take a road trip on, minus the ability to shift into manual mode. And the efficiency I expect a little bit better, as my other cars, the highway miles per gallon, it normally exceeds that. This car, it hasn't quite hit that, but more thoughts later on. Traffic right now. Whoop, traffic jam assist. It stopped the car for me, so this is a good thing. So all you do is basically hit cruise control. Looks like it defaults to 19 miles an hour. And then it goes tire right there. Don't want to be pointing a big camera at the officer. That might be scary. Alright, well for him. And I don't want a police officer getting at me, so I think we good. Just gotta watch out for this debris with the tire stuff in the road. But yeah, I'll put in another clip of traffic jam assist. I did it earlier. 11 some odd hours later, made it home. So what is our final mileage looking like from the last fill up? So I drove a total of 377 miles, which is much further because I ended up going and trying to go to a Wendy's, and the one I went to was like super crowded, so I went really far away. Well, not that far away, but only got 23 miles to empty, and it still held its charge. I got 40%, so it dropped down to 39% for the EV charge. Now I got 40%. I'm gonna go ahead and charge it, and the final MPG of this trip is 44.8 miles per gallon, but I need to go fill it up at the gas station, which I hope I do that before I finish the video. Not doing it today because I'm about to rush to that Miata, but I'm gonna see what it hand calculates to, and I will update this. Hopefully I'll do that by the time I edit the video. But yeah, fairly great overall. What do I think of the Prius as a road tripping car? I think it's phenomenal. Super efficient, it's comfortable, big enough. Tiny on the outside, but big on the inside to fit the family in there. Well, I had 3 of us in there. So that was great, enough to fit our luggage. A little bit cramped back there, but this is a compact car. So I don't think there's another car that could be as efficient that takes gas. I know the EV owners are gonna, actually I think we kind of poo on the EV owners because they gotta stop and charge, where it takes me like 2 minutes to, not even 2 minutes to get gas, 7 gallons worth of gas. It was done filling up by the time I even grabbed my camera. So let me walk around the car, make sure it ain't got no scratches, no dings. Dirty as all get out. Got this pressure washer back here that I got to wash the car with, do my annual wash, get that done. So yeah, this color is so dynamic, but when it's dirty, it looks like dried up mustard. What is this? Oh, that's just some dried up, I don't know what that is. The car still looking great, running amazing. These tires, they did not disappoint. Road noise wasn't too loud, but I know when you want to drive very aggressively, that grip be terrible. I need to cut this mulberry tree down. It'll just be ruining my driveway, but it's a lot of stuff I got to get done around here, you know, for a minute. And yeah, Prius is great. Look at that butterfly. I used to be horrified of butterflies, but shout out to me for facing my fears. Actually, when I went to Disney World a couple of years ago, faced my fears with the butterflies. Now I don't run away from them. I just scream and have a slight heart attack, but it's all good. But let me guys know what you think about the Prius and its road tripping capabilities. If you got any questions, drop it in the comment section. If anything I missed, just let me know. Butterfly keeps flying around me. Holy smokes. My personal bubble's being invaded. But you guys drive safe out there, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace out.